Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the landing. I'm in the shelves today, still getting it. My plan is to get the rest of the drywall complete on this video. Now, it's not going to be a complete drywall video. I do still have some insulation to get done right behind you guys, and a few little tweaks with the wiring here and there and the breaker panel, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get right to work. First things first, we're going to go ahead and put in our piece at the top right here at the ceiling. We got one piece that's going to go ahead and finish us off all the way down here. 8 foot's going to be at that mark right there. And guess what, guys? We're going to go ahead and build one of those drywall helpers like everybody told me about. One of these T-posts that can get it up there and really give us a hand. Definitely want to get going on that. And you know what, guys? You really should cut me some slack, because this is the first time I've done any drywall since you amazing subscribers told me about this little trick. And, well, we'll say that. Drywall helper, T-board. Let's see if it does the trick. Not only did I make one drywall holder, I made two, and now I got a third. Good morning, my queen.
Good morning.
Yep. So yesterday, I made this guy right here. It's a nice little drywall holder helper guy. And this morning I made another one. It's got a little bit longer. And this is going to be another good drywall holder if it comes down to that. But it's time to go ahead and get measuring. I think I'm going to go ahead and also use some of you awesome subscribers' advice, and I'm going to stagger the drywall now. I didn't really know what you guys were talking about when you first started telling me not to put them butt end to butt end, but now that someone has come and told me that what they mean is by staggered drywall, from here on out we'll know that it's better to stagger it. So, are you ready?
Ready.
Let's get to work. New blades. Should be 8 foot. Yeah, it's a whole piece. We just need width. $36 3/4. I'm gonna put it on the ground. I'm gonna cut it on the ground. 34 inches. Drywall is stressful. Okay, Lyssa, we're about to do something new. Let's hang this drywall and use these T-posts. We're not even gonna worry about the drill. We're gonna get the drywall up, get it up there and get it in place first. We'll figure it out. You ready?
Excuse me.
Go in the corner. But naturally, I put this right in our way already. Oh! Don't let go. Yeah. Put that up. Let go. Alright. I got this end. Go down to that end. And lift it up. Place. Hold on, just hold on. Place. There you go. Move this out of the way. No, other way, baby. You gotta lay that long ways. Well, I think that was a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Now we can go ahead and put some screws up. I would like to reiterate that this is the first time we've done this because this is the first time we've recorded since getting all them awesome ideas about the T-brace. Thank you guys so much. Because this was a really good idea. Lyssa, hold it! Hold it! Lyssa, hold it! Talon, hold it! This was a good idea. Alright, I am getting ready to pull this first bracing down. You ready?
I'm ready.
What happened? Oh. Oh. This is a sad day.
Go put a decent hole in
It's not a hole. I just ripped the paper. Just a little mud. A little mud. But I do think that that was a success. I think that was an outrageous idea. I could use these pieces and do a bunch of them, you know. Piece, piece. Could put a whole bunch of little pieces up there. That's more mudding, more sanding, but it would be maximizing the amount of drywall. You know what I'm saying? Using all the scraps we can. So this is not going to be a popular opinion, but popular or not, we're going to use every piece, every scrap of this we can to help save some jangle, as Uncle David would say, let's go ahead and we're gonna cut this down. Instead of putting up one bigger piece to cover that area, we're gonna cut it up into about 10. We're gonna be mudders who love to mud. Like a glove. Should we get the T-post holder for this one? Oh, that missed. Come on. We're gonna fill this full of mud. One down. Probably like 7 to go. Almost holds itself, huh? Oh crap. Look your eyes. You mind holding that while I go get some lunch? Or breakfast? More coffee? Just screw it. Quit screwing around, Michael. And I do want to say another big thank you for this awesome tool bag with the shoulder straps. It's working amazing. Thank you so much. I know that I don't know how to operate everything on it, but I do appreciate it.
Michael,
Yes, my queen.
nobody said that we were professionals.
Professional. toilet. Now that's tight, huh? Yeah. That's tight. Now that's how you cut drywall. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut every now and then. Look at the little mud in the corner.
One little piece and then the ceiling is done in here.
One more piece. 20 3/8 still. This last piece wants to be 20 1/2 so bad. We're just gonna roll with 20 3/8 still. 20 3/8. Okay, let's see if it fits. Well, last piece going up for the ceiling, and I'm gonna do it by myself because I made a small mistake this morning at the bus stop. I was supposed to put some money into Serenity's folder this morning for her field trip, and I forgot to. So Lyssa ran up to the school to get the money in for the field trip so it'll be on time. Let's go ahead and get this last little piece up on the ceiling. We'll use a T-brace. I think that's the best one yet. Last piece on the ceiling, complete.
tumbling and you won't slow down. Remember, you're a champion. You are a champion. Remember, you're a champion.
And there it is. Last piece of drywall up on that wall. And I tell you what, this right seam right here, because those two wasn't identically perfect, this one right here, I had to trim back and forth a whole bunch of times. My hole did go absolutely perfect, 100%, so that's great. It's starting to look like something now. Up next, we're going to work on the window wall over here, and I am going to grab some insulation from over at this other room, over in the front over there, and then I'm going to put it over here where this area is lacking insulation. It shouldn't take too much whatsoever. And my plan is to come off the wall going left and do a full sheet standing up like that, and then I'll go and put my interlocking pieces side to side under the window, on top of the window, and then for this side piece over here, I'll put another long vertical piece. As for the electrical panel over here, I will be dropping that block right there and getting that down. Big shout out to everybody who told me about the block, especially you, Brother Tim. Go Ridge Life. Oh, let's see. I guess I'm also going to go ahead and use the air stapler and staple the insulation back too. 9 by 25.5.
But did you know you shine and I'm falling for the way you smile? You're gonna take the fight now, punch the lights out, 'cause you're a champion. You are. So never fall in line. You just gotta do it mile by mile. You're gonna take the fight now, punch the lights out, 'cause you're a champion. You are. You are.
Well, that's enough for the first piece anyway. Might as well keep it going.
My own, but I'm never alone. On a road to wherever I want. And you see, I go with the wind, the places I've been, I keep them within. Holding on to a feeling so strong.
All right. $47.25.
My heart will forever
busted my corner. Okay, another piece on. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the length to the other wall, and hopefully it'll just be 2 little pieces right there above and below the window. Listen, I learned that if you keep a sharp bleed, it's definitely cutting the drywall a lot better.
Makes sense.
I think I'm gonna call it 44. We'll see. Trim the rest. 44 wide. Hold this for me, please. All right. We should be able to just pop it, pop it. Alright.
Very good.
It almost made me look like, well, I know it did, 100% made me look like I had never touched a piece of drywall in my life when I helped Uncle David up there. The only reason I used the cool tool the first time up there is because somebody had told me to use a cool tool one time on drywall, and it was really cool cutting out the boxes. I was explaining that to Uncle David, and he was like, yep, just cut it all like that. Let's see how it worked. And then, you've seen how it worked. Hold it. Yeah. Down here, down here. Hold it right there. Keep it right there, yeah. There we go. Thank you, my queen. There you go. Uh-oh. It's a little tight. Tight, tight, go. I have to cut it. Dang it, man. Well, I did forget about that. Sometimes when you pull a measurement with the tape measure, you got the front, the little metal piece on the end sometimes wiggles back and forth. And when you get it flat and pull a measurement versus when you pull it tight and get a measurement, about a 1/4 inch difference. So, time to trim some more. There we go. Because the insulation is poking out a little, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of makes it a pain in the butt a little bit. .24 5/8. .13 5/8.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah. Will you hand me the drill, please? It's right there. Last piece for this wall.
Looks awesome.
Alright, before we put them back in the wall, let's flip the breaker and make sure we're good to go. Alright, get them back in. This wall is done. One more wall in the boys' room will be finished in here.
Yay, good job.
Hanging drywall anyway. Well, things were starting to look real good until I spilt the rest of the coffee right there, and I'm tracking everything up. But other than that, it is looking good. Now you guys seen me cut that board in half after I already measured it all out. And I stepped on it when there was a wire nut under it. And that hurt my feelings terribly. But I regrouped, cut it back, and then just pieced it back together. One more piece of drywall and this wall will be finished. However, before we put up the drywall, let's go ahead and remove this blocking so we can get that taken care of. Oh yeah, and I definitely should have done this before I put that other 2x4 right here. So we'll see if that hinders anything. Yep, I should have done this first. And I forgot to record, but block is out. Let's go ahead and get everything tucked in the panel, measure out this last cut right here, and we're gonna put one more piece of drywall up on the wall right here, and then we're gonna be 100% done with the boys' room painting it edition. Let's get my 1/2-inch pieces on the ground. I'm excited right here. I know the measurement should be the same, but I keep on measuring. 77 long. Let's cut that first. 77. What's the magic number? 77. Move this stuff right here from the other. That's him. All of it in. Oh, you helped too, my queen.
Oh, just a little.
You helped when I needed it. But we did a good job getting the rest of the ceiling up with the T-braces when we needed it. So once again, thank you guys for the awesome awesome suggestion on that. And thanks a lot for suggesting us to stagger the drywall. I did a pretty good job in here. All in all, I think I really only messed up 3 or 4 good times, but I was able to salvage what I messed up by taking scrap and having a lot of seams and a lot of mudding. But guess what? Big news, I saved 3 pieces of drywall.
Good job.
So, spin around, tell me what you think. Not too bad.
Not too bad. It's really good.
Other than the coffee, where I kicked the coffee over there in the corner.
Awesome, babe.
So, I looked around, it was only 3 joints. I got this top piece up here that I cut about a 1/4 inch too short. The seam on the other wall over there, I did butcher it about a 1/2 inch across the side, and then another seam on this wall. So 3 seams, but that's okay. A little bit of mud, and we are gonna trim this room out in some kind of border trim anyway, so it'll hide all the ugly. With 3, and now we got 3 pieces left. The next project is going to be what wall to continue. I think we're gonna do the outer wall right here. 3 pieces should be able to knock it all out. Check that out. All right, this wall right here, I really feel should be able to be knocked out with these 3 leftover pieces. I'm gonna come over and come all the way to the edge of this window right here, just like I did on the back wall. Horizontal piece above, horizontal piece below. And then I'm gonna turn it up and run full sections right here. 1, 2, and a piece. So this whole entire wall should be done within the next day or 2. So that's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. Woo!
Now, of course, we do still have to tape and mud everything and then sand everything before we can paint, before we can trim, and before we can put the flooring in.
Yeah.
But all that will be happening here pretty shortly.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Little at a time.
And I also want to touch base. I know I don't have 240 volts inside of the electrical panel. That was a mess up. I'm going to have a whole video about that coming up after this one. But we're going to go ahead and get off of here. It is already nighttime. Worked all the way up until dinner. Took a little break. Ate dinner. Came back and finished it up. Even got the dogs walked in between. Y'all have a wonderful night. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.